But we are here to talk about Abyss 15. Say hi to YouTube. This will obviously be at YouTube at some point. And before I even kind of pontificate about anything, how was you guys feeling about it? The chat for anybody who's here in the chat right now. What's your thoughts on Abyss 15? Abyss is one of those arcs that I would argue keeps kind of outdoing itself. But I did want to start with the last panel because I need help. I don't know who I'm looking at here.
A little something like eeny, meeny, right from the beginning. Smoke a little pack, but the pack never timid. Church, but I'm seeing it. Curse when I'm winning. She need a new back. When it's back, I'ma bend it. Slap up some guinea. Pass me the hen it. Watch a nigga black slipper yak, I'ma quit it. Swerve in the Benzie. Perfume is Fendi. Bob and move fast, real fast, like I'm Ricky. That's cause I'm pretty. Came from the dirt. Shovel up a nigga, can't handle the work. Ooh, y'all, swing with it first. Young white girl like a ramble.
I'll be honest. I'm just gonna be straight up. Is this a Taraka clan king? The hair looks kind of Brilith-esque. Like I wasn't entirely sure who I was looking at. Is this related? Because Akasha was basically saying she herself does not have the ability to open up a passage / portal, gateway dimension, whatever the case is. It's in a bit of info to absorb. Sorry, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Damn. I don't know. I told you I lost my train of thought. I don't have anyone to help me. But yeah, I was just trying to figure out who this was specifically. But Akasha. Oh yeah, she said she could open a portal to the realm of humans, but she can't do it herself. So I thought it was an OG Taraka at the end. Okay, that's the same Taraka from season 1, just with Kurigom's new style. Okay. So this isn't particularly a specific character. This is Solane from the Taraka clan. It's just kind of that's what I was thinking, but I was under the impression that maybe I was supposed to know specifically who this was and who was supposed to be. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's talk about belligerence. Belligerence is something that's becoming a bit of a more prominent topic here in Kubera that I think is interesting. I like the translation for it. I obviously don't know what is in Korean, what word they're translating it to, but I think belligerence works pretty perfectly here, solely from the standpoint of it means kind of like hostile and aggressive. So there's a bunch of Suras who, even though they mature when learn surfication partial to full, it seems they can't dial back how aggro they get. So Kalavinka, the little choker that she has from Vishnu that puts her Sura face is actually, I think, part of it is possibly to dial back her belligerence. And it seems like Akasha could possibly have some of that going on, but a lot of interesting things did happen in this chapter. I do think Akasha is planning something. I don't know if it's a devious plan. Not entirely sure, but something amiss is going on here. So here, you see some of them talking. I'm fine. They're not rushing unnecessarily. If I'm back, and I backed up immediately. You must have been a human form. It's a good thing when a relief. And it's like I'm trying to restrain myself. That'll be tough. Even your parents never have been able to gain control of their belligerence, which means there could be bloodlines and specific, I guess, clans where, because the parents or grandparents or I guess I almost say descendants, ancestors, have a hard time controlling it, you could inherit that. I thought at some point here when we were getting into this was going to tie into the emotional resonance and maybe certain things of that nature. I don't think these things seem to be particularly related, though. I think the belligerence thing is a very personal issue. And I don't want to use. This is a very lame example, but it's kind of the most concrete thing I could think of that most fans would understand. Somewhat reminds me of the Ozaru transformation of Great Ape in Dragon Ball, where you have to have the ability and cunning and know-how to keep your sanity when you transform into the Great Ape, like Vegeta can. Goku and Gohan could not really do that. So it seems to me this is something similar in that sense, where you may not lose full control of speech awareness, but you can't turn down how agitated you are. So I like that. It's cool. Saw some characters here talking, and I talk about Kalavinka here. That reminds me, there was someone in the Garuda clan famous for belligerence. It was something who Vishnu gave them something. I think her name was Kalinvinka. I heard that without Vishnu's item, her belligerence would border on insanity. I guess that was when she was younger. Shouldn't she be fine now? Don't know, she disappeared. So maybe they thought that with some time and effort, she was able to overcome these things and become generally sane. I don't think so. I think that Vishnu item is very much allows her to stay level-headed and be less aggro. So I'm interested to see where her hostility is going, because I don't know if anyone got a weird inclination from her. I'll go back to the last chapter real quick. When she said this line, where she's kind of like, "I gotta go save the world" type beat, and I'm like, I kind of originally thought that perhaps it was the pledge token somehow affecting her. I don't think that's the case though. It's kind of around here. Let me see if I can find it. So you see how her face is still certified or whatever, and she's like, saving the future that might die today, and the smirk is a smirk and it looks kind of whatever, but. I did take that moment pretty seriously. I thought it was significant. I wasn't entirely sure. So, new mid-bearer chapter. There's no mid-bearer here, man. Only greatness. Only GOAT. Only greatness. So, yeah. Don't know if anyone else had those sentiments, but we'll keep it pushing. So, we have Akasha. She's the figurehead of a king of a dying clique. I remember Garuda is supposed to be in some weird stasis, slumber, suspended animation. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's not that she has ascended to take his spot as king. She doesn't have the actual power to do that, and I like that they keep harping on it. But her thing to me seems to be moving with cunning, guile. To quote what they spoke about, my guy, my goat, crocodile, cunning guile. She seems to have a lot of information here. And I do want to talk about some dramatic irony in this chapter, which is pretty good. That was pretty good. So there's season 1 reference here too. Maybe I'll pull it up after the fact. But there is Hanuman and Akasha having their conversation, talking about, it's a pretty attractive proposal in a universe facing destruction. There's a great advantage of knowing the ones who have a hand or having a hand and ones who know the end. So basically the gods are the people who know that this timeline and or universe, whatever the case, will end at some point. I think it's very interesting. I like that. So the Hanuman is kind of fighting back. So Hanuman, to me, this seems to be a clash of somebody who was a more emotionalist, instinctive, versus and maybe more of a person and being of action, in contrast to Akasha, who may not have the power and physical ability and abilities to do something like that, but they're calm, they're cool, collected, and they plan meticulously. They don't just act and react to things going on. And I think it's important for a series to have characters that are important, who stand at the top for different reasons. Not just because I big, strong, I punch hard, I best. No, it's like, I'm here because I'm smart. I'm here because I am strong. I'm a good hybrid of both. So there's things like that. So, after experiencing the pinnacle of fiction, aka 1 years, Kubera looks so... I'm going to talk about some One Piece stuff, not in this video, but in some other stuff later. So there's Hanuman having a pretty visceral reaction. Looks like you look at you act like this because you don't think. Like, damn. But you're going to kill me here? What are you going to do? You're going to cuddle with the bugs like Makara and everything? And I like Hanuman's activation here. This is pretty good, pretty intense conversation. And this is the part that I believe... I don't know if it went over my head, but I think something is here. So what's up, Glam? We're gonna get it popping soon. Don't worry. So let me find exactly the line here. Don't make me laugh. Why turn to the bugs for? Amongst all the top ranked Nastikas that are still alive in the Vitra clan, shout out dragons. We out here. That's my clan. The Kanara clan is also just as stable as the Ashura clan. Nastikas alone cannot make it to the end anyway. The dragon clan are destined to fall. Arya Vata cannot be trusted. It's like, what? She already has committed a history of committing a multi-billion-year scale scams. So when she was found out, she stayed up infighting and used her mental transcendentals. She's a wicked thing that survived exchanging the lives of her own clansmate. Long ago, that thing has been sitting on the fence of as a self-proclaimed neutral king. I could be wrong here, but this seems to be tying into what we saw pretty recently with Kubera, Yama, Garuda, and some other people pulling up on the area of Aravata Kanara fusion, stealing, having the two names thing, which was pretty fucking crazy. But in addition to that, it's, remember how Anand's friend has the name Kanara, and she was like suffering and transforming. I think she was, maybe she was transforming, but like, I think this whole scene is connected to that in some way. Like, they're connected. I'm not entirely 100% sure how or why yet, but I'm pretty damn convinced that they are definitely connected. So I do want to see how it all shapes up, because it seems like Hanuman is like, this is a rumor, this is just hearsay, blah blah blah. But Akasha being connected to Garuda, be corrected to Maruna being there in that time and stuff like that, she knows actually that this is some weird abomination. And I think the line about being a neutral, self-proclaimed king is an interesting line, so I think that's so important. Yeah, okay, sorry, so I'm not wrong. But a fleeting rumor. So I like that. Because we as the readers know that, but Hanuman may not know. But Hanuman even said something earlier about the, what did she say? Hanuman had a statement too, talking about something kind of just being hearsay through the grapevine. Also not sure exactly, but I bet money on it. Okay, I hear that. You know, Kurigam works in mysterious ways. But yeah, anyway, so the Garuda culprit, that's the culprit of the state. Oh yeah, people think that maybe she's the one who made Garuda like that. I don't think so, obviously. If you want to believe that, whatever, I'm not going to insist. But there's more, until now she turns her attention to Ran. I think he's easier to talk to than Steak. No, Ran, listen to what she is saying. Something you need to hear. You will. So this is the part that really threw me for a loop. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm gonna read it real quick. I'm gonna read it at Ben Shapiro speeds. I'm kidding. I can't speak that fast. You will die if the thing tied around your heart is left as it is. To be exact, your body, the body of N5 will die around Sarafi. If you leave, the equipped item will stay here. The you of this time, without knowing the reason, will be equipped with that item, rip its heart, and will gradually go crazy with pain that increases day by day. I thought for some reason, initially, this could have been actually the emotional resonance, crazy Yaksha clan, whatever thing that he was going through with the cataclysm. I don't think so, but I thought maybe that's actually what happened. His heart wasn't so much pain, he was acting out. And eventually, you know what happened with his mother. Until eventually you go to your own heart, will you be able to live if you lose the heart the item is equipped on? Does your original heart even exist in your body? Or maybe in order to transform your body into this, your original heart was removed by someone. I believe her. Yeah. I was able to discern that. Well, you guys told me that last week, so I know it was after the fact. That's why I said I had that initial thought, but then I changed my mind. But I believe what Akasha is saying here. I actually do think in some way, shape, or form, somebody is with Ran. They're manipulating him. We don't know how or why when he came into the time period that he came into during the other side of the story, why he got Yaksha's heart specifically. We don't know that. We don't. But I think we're starting to get to the bottom of this, and it's possible Hanuman knows something about this. I want to show you one thing from the last chapter real quick, and I'll come back to this one again. Was the last chapter or a chapter before that? So, Suraram, Kalavinka going away, Abyss 14. This part here. We know Ran has been like seeing these weird creature things in his head that aren't particularly real. We're not sure what it is. I think some of you guys said the pink bubbles there could signify that that's the same thing, or creature, being, phenomenon, psychological, whatever the hell that's speaking towards to him in this manner. Fair assessment. Let me throw in a extra caveat where I said it could just be that. It could actually have been Hanuman, and you get the reaction here where he's like, don't dare talk like that. And it's like, wait, why didn't she say I wasn't even saying anything, right? Because here's why I think this part is strange. Wake up, Ran. How long are you going to be like that? Did you give up? Does that matter to you anymore? What about your family? But it seems as much as your limit. What Yaksha worked for was all in vain. Who's the only other person in this moment here who has met Ran and knows what he looks like? That will know that there was some shenanigans with Yaksha and Yaksha's heart. Hanuman. I'm not particularly saying Hanuman did something specifically, but Hanuman is privy to what is going on with Ran having Yaksha's heart and what's going on with Yaksha's actual heart. I mean, Ran's actual heart. Just throwing that in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but think about it. Think about it. Let's see now. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Because see this here too? When she's speaking to Ran, these bubbles are the same color as whoever was whoever woke Ran up on the Hanuman. So was it possibly Akasha in some weird way was able to speak directly to Ran? I think you could make a decent case for all of these things. And maybe there's a variable I'm not considering and I'm actually a stupid dumb poopy head, but yeah. She's like, so after all that, she says, I didn't even say anything of its significance yet. And I'm like, bro, I'm going crazy over here. What more could you possibly have to say? Hanuman, at this point, you'd better tell him the truth about Yaksha and what you've done. Shut up and get out now. Pretty visual reaction. Being overly irritated only breeds suspicion. If you're interested, come find me. I also know the whereabouts of, in quotations, Maruna. I think all of these are all deliberate choices. It may be a mental transcendental. I have considered that. It's going to be a psychological transcendental. I absolutely believe that's a possibility. What's up, Workins? How you doing? I think based on what happened here, I would probably discern that all Akasha came here to do is to probably sow the seeds of dissension and of doubt into Ran's heart to make him question things, because Ran is not the trusting kind of naive buffoon he used to be. He's gone through a lot of, Maruna stuff. So I will only address Naya's poopy head from now on. Decipher that acronym, KG. Uh-oh. So, yeah, come find me. Snap out of it. She's trying to guide you down the wrong path. If she really joins hands with the snakes, it's no wonder she's employing all these kind of tricks. I'll figure out. I think Hanuman is genuine by saying they want to find out how to undo the pledge token con on Rand's body and heart, but that all remains to be seen. So they're getting stupid ideas. So Rand's sitting here, and this is a good part here because Rand's been dealing with a lot of Surification, Sura clans and whatnot, and there's something really cool to. I think this is Tatia. And it's like in the meantime, things could take a bad turn. I'm sorry, I'm a Rakshasa, so someone who is but a Rakshasa but sits right next to Hanuman. Be honest, you're not in a position where you would be in a great danger if you let me out of here, are you? You know the Sura society pretty well. I like that. There's those small little things that I think go a long way in storytelling to just keep lore consistent, things about certain clans and traditions consistent. Which I think this is a line that most people would just see as insignificant, but I think it matters in that sense. So that's really good. So yeah. So they talk about so I think Ranjan is the excuse to get out, but Tatia follows, and they're going towards where they have to go to. I can't speak about it properly. It's a long story. And then after they say Willarv. When I said Willarv, I thought it was because Willarv was destroyed or going to get destroyed. So Tatia was like, it's unfortunate. But seeing because that's specifically where Yaksha was buried or destroyed, I think. Was it buried or destroyed? I don't know if I'll have the courage to step on the line where Yakshin was buried. I wonder what that means, really. Like, really. What's like that comes across to me as a bit of a double entendre. Where he was literally laid to rest as a respect as my king, yada yada, blah blah blah. But I think there's a hidden second meaning in that statement. And then we get to the end here, the Garuda clan stronghold. There's no use yet. There's Sampati. Yes. So we got a cameo from her. Shout out. And after they're talking here about too bad if you had to come here, we had to find the fast way to go to Willov. What do you say? You can reach the human realm from here. The same way Myrna with the carte. She Myrna's on carte. I asked her the other day, blah, blah, yada, yada. And she's basically said that there's a way for me to open the gate, but it's not necessarily me opening the gate. I can't show you yet. And it's all thanks to having a supporter with that ability. And at the end, you see a Taraka clan member. Takara clan? Is it Takara clan? That's like Taraka. Wait, shoot, am I an idiot? Cause Sack's dad is Taraka. So well, anyways, Tasaka clan. I think I'm saying that wrong. My bad if I've been butchering that all video. I might have been saying that wrong. I'm an idiot. Anywho, I thought it was a good chapter. Yeah, Taraka. Why the Taraka? So no, I was right. Never mind. Anyways, I had a brain for it. But yeah, and I thought this was someone specific or significant. But that was a really good chapter. Like, I'm very excited to see what we're going to be doing and diving into next. It still baffles me every week. Cause Saxtaka is Taxaka. That's what it is. Sorry. Okay, my bad. There we go. It's crazy too, cause that's my clan, bro. I like the Fight Night very much made me like Taxaka a bit more, but this was a good clan. This was a good clan. I mean, they're a good clan. Feature clan Shadow, but this was a good chapter. Abyss is shaping up to be really good. I still think, honestly, while Abyss has some of my favorite chapters of season 3. Right now, cohesively, actually, I can't say that yet because maybe 15 for 15, Anata wasn't better to me yet. But Anata still might be kind of my favorite arc of season 3 and stuff. But this was great. Now, I'm going to stop this stream. Well, actually, before I do that, does anybody have any questions or any commentary or anything you want to say about the chapter of Kubera before I move on to the next thing I want to do? The only thing that I can think of here that I think is probably worth of note is I think Tatia has a bigger role to play here than I may have initially thought. The belligerent stuff seems significant and being close to Hanuman. I think that person's really good, really cool. I would be interested to seeing and hearing how people find the truth about Aravata, Kanara and stuff, what's going on with them. And I want to see if Ran is able to get any real information out of Akasha here. Maybe I think meeting Senpati is going to do something too. I think he's going to meet her. I don't think she's going to go anywhere, but yeah, good stuff from Kurigam. So that's my go. You already know I got to show love to the Patreon gang. Yes, sir. Shout out to the certified BAM lovers, my CBLs. Big love to the Priest of Fire. I greatly appreciate you guys' support, but especially shout out to my 5th Zen God. Shout out to Simi, Scobe, Revenant, Miles, Lucky Roo, Lazy Dragon, Chris, Johnny Rogers, Irene Sharda, Triss, David Langstaff, Childish Nujabes, Alan, AJ, Abdel, and 5:28 a.m. Your support is greatly appreciated, and thank you.